was like kind of during the Me Too movement. And it's, you know, it might be a compelling argument if it wasn't someone who was just bummed that they weren't invited, you know, because
Hold on, your argument is that he's only making the argument because he wasn't invited to Saudi Arabia? Come on. Come on now, bitch. Come on now. Come on. Come on. You could do better than that. You think the only reason he's complaining is because he didn't get invited to Riyadh? Where's the? Am I looking directly at this guy? Where? Whitney. Whitney. Whitney, baby. Whitney, honey, come on now. You know that. No, come on now. Come on. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. Come on now, Whitney. You think the only reason he's got a problem with the comedians going to that is because he didn't get invited? No. And yes, it is hypocritical for you to do a comedy special about sexual harassment during the Me Too movement and then go perform for the Saudi government. Yes. What? What's up, guys? Back again. You already know. You knew I was coming back. We all know I come back. You already know. The internet's too funny. The internet's too funny. The internet's too sad, a little too bad, a little too good, a little too ugly. Either way, I'm here for all of it. And this one is coming from the YouTube channel Too Lazy to Try. Respect to the channel Too Lazy to Try. Subscribe, like this video. I was familiar with Too Lazy to Try. I think it was about a year or so ago. He had that lawsuit that Brent, the former UFC fighter and the co-host of Fighter and the Kid, had sued him for copyright. I believe it was copyright. Too Lazy to Try did a counter copyright. A counter shit. I know which one I know what I'm trying to say. But they went to court and Too Lazy to Try won that case. And it was a good win for content creators because now you're not letting bigger creators try to bully you with that type of stuff. He went to court, and that's how it became from the Too Lazy to Try. Today he's got a video of Whitney Cummings versus Chris D'Elia. I don't really know much about what's going on with this. I don't know if it stems from Whitney because I'm pretty sure Whitney Cummings performed at that Riyadh comedy festival too. I'm pretty sure her and Andrew Schultz both went on that. Both went there. And I don't know if Chris D'Elia had an opinion on that. I have no idea, but this video is covering, I guess they're having just some beef right now. So I'm all here for it. As always, guys, make sure you click on the link below because I always link to the original content creator. Go straight to his original video. Go like the video. Go support the video. Blow the video up even more. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. You will always be here for notifications when I drop new videos, new reactions. We all here for it. We all here for good content. We all here for good reactions. We all here to just be light and chill over here. So here we go. Too Lazy to Try. Whitney Cummings versus Chris D'Elia.
You're going to Saudi Arabia for money,
or
you're pretending you are.
I was fucking right. This stems from this does stem from the Riyadh Comedy Fund. Bro, the comedians getting backlash for that and them just getting heat for that is just should have been expected. Like anybody who's surprised that they got heat for doing that should really be looked at as kind of dumb and lacks self-awareness. Y'all know how people feel about their regime and the type of stuff that they do over there, and you just go over there to entertain it and make them look a lot better than they actually are. Like I don't know how you're surprised that you got shit for that. I know Chris D'Elia came at the comedian. A lot of comedians came at the comedians who went and did that Riyadh comedy festival, especially the ones who didn't get paid that much. The ones who didn't get paid that much, I'm very surprised. A lot of people really came at those people. It's like, really, you did all that for that little bit of money? But I guess Chris D'Elia was one of them.
You are an ally to save your money. It's the same fucking thing.
Agreed.
You know, so this is all this stuff happening in Hollywood. Somebody goes through something, whether it's fucking accusations or whatever, and then everyone's all like, "Well, I don't know."
Well, if anybody would know about accusations, it would be Chris D'Elia. Do your Googles on Chris D'Elia in that situation because that situation was wild. But he made a comeback. I guess they let him come back. I guess.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, you do. You know your friend. You know what they did. You know what they didn't
Yep.
do. Fuck you,
Yep.
dude. Don't
Okay, this part is wild coming from Chris. This part is fucking wild coming from him.
be a fucking bitch about it. Don't be like, well, I wasn't in those rooms. Shut the fuck up, dude. You
All right. Okay.
know what kind of person your friend is. You're lying.
A comic
Okay. All right. Nah, just hearing Chris D'Elia say that because I'm pretty sure he got. This is how I remember the situation. There might be things I'm forgetting, but this happened a while ago. He was texting or DMing underage girls. They would tell him their age. He would wait if they were like not legally like legal age of consent. He would wait until they were legal. And they'd be like, "Hey, just pop back into them." Like I don't know if he's keeping tabs on them. That's what I remember from that situation. That he would DM or text underage girls. Then once he found they're underage, would wait till they were of legal age and then remessage them. So it, I may be forgetting a couple things that might be all that, but I would have to look over that again, or you might have to look that over yourself if you want to. It's up to you. But I don't know. Just when he was saying that, it was like kind of weird. I'm like, oh, I don't know if you should be. I don't know if you should be anywhere near that type of subject, Chris D'Elia. I think you would stay far clear of something like that, but I guess not.
tried to imply that it was hypocritical that I went because I did a special about sexual harassment and stuff like that.
I mean, it does kind of hypocritical. You make a comment special about that and then perform for Saudi Arabia. So it is pretty hypocritical, Whitney.
It was like kind of during the Me Too movement. And it's, it might be a compelling argument if it wasn't someone who was just bummed that they weren't invited, because
Hold on. Your argument is that he's only making the argument because he wasn't invited to Saudi Arabia? Come on. Come on. Come on now, bitch. Come on now. Come on. Come on. You could do better than that. You think the only reason he's complaining is because he didn't get invited to Riyadh? Where's the. Am I looking directly at this guy? Where? Whitney. Whitney. Whitney, baby. Whitney, honey, come on now. You know that. No, come on now. Come on. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. Come on now, Whitney. You think the only reason he's got a problem with the comedians going to that is because he didn't get invited? No. And yes, it is hypocritical for you to do a comedy special about sexual harassment during the Me Too movement and then go perform for the Saudi government. Yes. What?
he also believes he deserves 72 virgins. Maybe it's that.
What?
All right, so it looks like Chris D'Elia and Whitney Cummings are going at it, and I knew it was only a matter of time till Chris started calling her out. I mean, I'm honestly surprised it took this long because if you remember when all the accusations came out about Chris, Whitney,
Yes. Oh yeah, Whitney was on his ass about that. Whitney was on his ass. So you know what? It's kind of just payback's kind of a bitch. Like
immediately publicly called him out and cut him off, which was a big deal because at the time Whitney was really good friends with him, and obviously she holds some weight in the comedy scene in Hollywood. So the statement she made about Chris was really bad for him. But a lot of people at the time speculated she probably already knew what Chris was up to, and she didn't really care until she had to. So when shit hit the fan, to avoid any
same coverage to process the information I learned about Chris. I'm devastated and enraged by what I've read and learned. This is a pattern of predatory behavior. This is abusive power is enabled by silence. Now that I'm aware, I won't be silent. Girls should be able to be a fan of a comedian they admire without becoming sexual target. It's the adult's responsibility to be an adult. I don't know if he was targeting these women. No, he wasn't targeting, but it's kind of like he was trying to fuck his fans, which if they were underage and he was doing that, that's where it's getting weird for me. But if these were grown adult females, I really don't care if like an entertainer, as long as they're not in a relationship and they're not married, and I mean both parties, I don't really care if a comedian wants to fuck his legal age fan, his grown adult fan. Not really. Because like rappers and like different sort of musicians, entertainers, they have groupies. They fuck groupies. So if you're gonna make a problem about that, then you gotta have a problem with rappers fucking groupies. I'm just saying. Like you can't just say comedian. Like what makes a comedian different for fucking a fan than a rapper fucking a groupie? Like what's the difference? I don't really see a difference. It's just another entertainer. Like he's famous. The person likes them because of who they are and what their comedy or their sort of level, what their form of entertainment means to them, and they want to fuck him. If a grown adult woman wants to fuck her favorite comedian, I'm not gonna sit there. Same way if a guy wants to fuck his favorite female comedian or whatever sort of female entertainer he likes, or even guy entertainer, I don't give a fuck. But if you're a grown adult and you want to fuck somebody you admire because of who they are, as in like an entertainer, like a famous person, I'm not gonna care. You're a grown adult. You can decide if you want to just fuck this person or not. I don't really care about that. I don't think it's like really a power to now. If he was like hindering their, but like if it was like another comedian and him and her not having sex with him led to her not being able to get work because he kind of blackballed her, that's abuse of power. But if it's like an entertainer just fucking one of his fans, that's not really abuse of power. That's just like she likes me because of my my talent. Like that's not really abuse of power. Like it's not my fault she's attracted to how funny I am. Like that I can't really look at as an abuse of power. It's like when Cummings said she went to fuck The Rock because of who The Rock was. Is The Rock abusing his power because you're a fan of The Rock and you want to fuck him? No, I don't think so. And I couldn't say that with a straight face.
Collateral damage. She immediately threw him under the bus. And in her statement, she said she just learned about everything. And she said this abuse of power is enabled by silence. Now that I'm aware, I won't be silent. And I think most people could tell she's being a little performative here. But also, this doesn't mean people think Chris is innocent. It's just people know all Whitney cares about is her career. She didn't
Oh, of
really care
course.
about what Chris was.
Oh, of course. She don't give a shit. It's just about her career and her. She's in Hollywood, so optics is king for her. Optics is everything for her. So of course, if something's gonna make her reputation look bad and affect her being able to get work and be able to make money in Hollywood, of course she's gonna do whatever she can to protect it. She's gonna protect her bag.
Was doing, which I thought Chris would have called her out on when she started dating that skateboarder who was accused of beating his ex-wife. If you remember, I made a couple.
Wait, whoa. This? I have no idea what that is. She dated a skateboarder who, whoa. I know that video's old, but I might check that out because I know nothing about that. That's insane if that's true. Because then if that's true, then you because she kind of brands herself as like a feminist in Hollywood. Like she stands up for women. If that really happened and you dated a skateboarder who beat his ex-wife, wow, you look nuts. Wow, you really don't look like you give a shit about any things you advocate for, and it's just all for performance. Wow, that's all right, Whitney.
Videos about that, and Whitney actually commented on one a couple months ago, and she called me a hateful troll.
Oh, not you. Not you commenting on Too Lazy to Try. Hold up. Let me remove myself from here. Let me remove myself so we can get a full content. I hope you're able to find a career where you can earn money with your talents instead of this parasite angle. You could also have DM me if you had any questions or wanted to corroborate anything. I know the idea is to be a troll and to spread hate, but if you or your peeps looked into me at all, you'd have a lot of answers. Also, I'm 3 years sober, so these comments are goofy. How does that address the fact that you were dating a skateboarder who abused his wife? I don't understand, Whitney. That doesn't change the fact that you were doing that. If that's what was going on, this doesn't change the fact. Career, this is his career. And it's obviously a very prominent one if you felt like you had to go into the comment section of his YouTube video on his YouTube channel that has over 400,000 subscribers and leave this. You signal boost this. You commented, you could have ignored him. You could have ignored Too Lazy to Try. But I think because of the shit that went down with Brendan Schaub and how her and Brendan Schaub are kind of in the same circles, I'm pretty sure she kind of knows who this is. So you just really helped signal boost the fuck out of this, Whitney. Idiot.
and said, if you or your peeps looked into me at all, you'd have a lot of answers. So that's why I decided
They do. They are looking into you and they are getting a lot of answers, Whitney. So you're not really far off from that. So you're not wrong.
to make this video. You know, we need to look into her more to get some answers here. So
Okay.
let's see how she's been dealing with the backlash she's getting for doing the Riyadh Comedy Festival. You know, I'm sure she's handling that really well.
It's just racism. I think it took me a second.
Seriously? Seriously? It's hold on. Let me play this out first. Let me play this out first. Hold on.
Because when people are going like, "Hello, you're doing something unethical," I'm like, "Oh, these must be ethical people. Let me listen." And then you're like, "Oh no, you're just racist."
What the fuck are you talking about? Racist towards who? It's your it's your white woman. Nobody has said anything about you being a white. What do you mean racist? What the fuck are you talking about? Does anybody else see what the fuck she's talking about? Who? What?
But these are also, by the way, the same people that would go like, you know, Trump's not my president.
What does this have to do with you doing the Riyadh Comedy Festival? What the fuck are you talking about?
Nothing like our government. But other countries are. Look,
Hold on. So is the point she's making because she did it for people in the Middle East that the people who are complaining are just racist toward Middle Eastern people? Is that what she's trying to say right now? There's no fucking way there's no way this is what you're going with. There's no way. There's no way you're doing this with a straight face. No. No fucking way. The people that are critiquing, so basically the argument is the people that are critiquing me, they just don't like Middle Eastern people. These are just racist. They don't really have anything valid to say about why I'm such a hypocritical motherfucker for doing a comedy festival for a regime that is very oppressive towards women. Even though I've made comedy specials about people being harassment, treating women poorly, especially being very very oppressive towards women, but I'm a, entertain a government that damn sure does that on a regular basis. No, they're just all racist. Really? That's all you got, bitch. And I'm trying not to say bitch enough, but bitch is in my vocabulary. Not like that. Just I got a lot of female friends, so bitch is in my vocabulary. That's what you're gonna go with? Come on now. You could have done better than that. Racism? You could have did better than that. Come on now. Whitney.
it's I'm trying to help you sound less racist.
Yeah.
Fuck. What the fuck are you talking about? It's got nothing to do with racism. You just are a hypocrite for taking money to go perform for a government that's oppressive towards women. What? Oh, he made a video on Bill Burr. I just reacted to a video for American Redact. That video is not out yet. I'm still finishing the editing of that, but that video's gonna come out about Bill Burr because I've been watching the Bill Burr situation because Bill Burr has been crashing out on his fans, most definitely. It has not been a good time for Bill Burr and his fans. Him and his fans are at odds, especially over this. And he's just treating it as it's bots or trolls. They're just treating it as bots and trolls or racism, whatever the fuck Whitney was trying to say. No, just people are looked at as people who stand up for the everyday people and the people that are oppressed and the people who are on the bottom that are being pushed down by the people at the top. And then you go perform for the type of government that pushes people down at the bottom, people who are at the top pushing the people down at the bottom. Like it's very hypocritical, and especially you did it for money that you didn't need. Bill Burr doesn't need the money. Whitney Cummings is not hard up for money. So the fact that you took the money to do this is kind of wild. Like, you're not like hard up for cash. It's not like neither one of you are hemorrhaging money. So it's kind of weird that this is where you went with.
Yeah, so she's taking Bill Burr's approach. You know, all the backlash is just people being racist. I guess Whitney has a lot of racist fans because
According to Whitney, if you criticize performing in Saudi Arabia, you are racist. The company's comics continues to amplify their well-deserved criticism. It comes down to stupid or liar. Either they are too stupid to know they were paid ridiculous sums of money to alleviate criticism of the crimes and abuses of their employers, or they are lying and knew why they were there and did not expect the blowback. Trying to justify it or defend it, like Burr and Whitney is such a silly move. Just own it and live with your moral compromise. Seriously, just own the fact that either A, you didn't realize what you were doing, B, you just did it. Just say you did it for the fucking cash. This is ridiculous. Just say you did it for the money. And like you trying to defend this, cope for this lot, it's making you look ridiculous. I don't even know why you can't just concede that you look ridiculous with this shit. I don't even know why. Like, I don't even know why this is a big deal for you to realize, hey, you fucked up and you might not have should have done that. I don't know why it's so hard for you to admit that. It's really stubborn and really like lacking self-awareness, like not understanding that you're getting rightfully criticized and you're not used to it, or you just think it's just all the same old criticism you got and you just don't care anymore. I don't know which one it is. Either you're stupid or you don't give a fuck. It's one of the two. There is no option of you being in the right and thinking this is bullshit. That's not an option because that's not what this is at all.
almost all of her comments on this episode are trashing her for doing the festival. Also, while I was looking into her, I noticed her podcast barely.
I guess I'm this weirdo. I don't operate under the idea that every government and their people are the same. Love, this is the line from these hacks trying to justify blood. Grew up poor, look up how much Whitney's high school tuition is a year. There's nothing more exhausting than a rich kid pretending to having to have struggled during their job. Remember 2 weeks ago when you discussed censorship, but then went to something? Oh, shit.
Really get any comments for the amount of views they get. You know, some of them will have.
When it comes to skies falling, robots are rising, and my lab boo-boo smells. What? This is the first time that being wrong has made me right. Is the most Virgo-coded thing I've ever heard.
Almost 1 million views, but just a couple hundred comments, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I'm not totally sure, but I think she might be buying views because also for a while, just last year, she was struggling to even break 100,000 views. But now all of a sudden, she's averaging almost 500,000, but for some reason, the amount of comments she gets has stayed the same. So it just seems like something weird is going on there. Like maybe she's buying views to impress the Saudis. But either way, the Riyadh Comedy Festival got Chris D'Elia fired up because Whitney and maybe some other comics too that are going helped cancel him, and they act like they're social activists, but are now taking money from the Saudi prince. And at first, Chris didn't really want to publicly bash Whitney. He wanted to seem like he's above it. But then their producer played this new Crack Amico diss track about it. And when it got to the part where Crack was going off on Whitney, they're all waiting to see what Chris would have to say about it. And he didn't really want to talk shit, but eventually he does.
What about Miss Whitney? Voice for strong women? Bitch, you gotta be shitting me. I remember you vividly, Simon D'Elia wickedly. You headed to a place where they treating women maliciously, beating the bitches viciously, physically dominating hoes. Silver lining,
That's a very good point.
She gon' fit right in with the ancient ruins.
You can see him fighting the urge to talk shit. Like, he's trying so hard not to. But you see him fighting the urge to do it. It's insane.
Hey, Sebastian.
He's like, oh. He's saying, like, he's making a good point. That is somebody who's just like, oh, shit, I could say so much more shit right now, but
What are you doing?
That's funny. Yeah, it's I don't like any of this.
Listen, I hear what you're trying to say, but yo, it is what it is. If I was one of those guys that I was watching this, I would be like this right now. I'd be like this, huh? You know what I mean? Because what more can you fucking say? You just be like,
Well, yeah. I mean, there's nothing to say to a lot of that stuff.
I know you just got to just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Send me that because I want to send it around.
I mean, I don't want to talk bad about,
Really?
But yeah.
Good for you.
I
Look
try
at
not
you.
to. Look, if you can't see the fucking ridiculousness in a lot of it, then
Yeah, but but that's what
You
I'm
gotta
saying.
be. You can't just. I can't live in that
I know.
world, and it's tough. But
Yeah,
But yeah,
I think it's you listen. You don't. Your thing right now is that you don't want to seem bitter or whatever. But this, I mean, take yourself out of it. Take the situation.
yeah, you would think
out of it. This is hilarious.
You'd be like, this is the great. Like I said, a lot of it is really good points.
No. They want you to go, and they want you to be the surprise guest host. And you have to do an opening monologue, and you would bring up first comic up is Whitney.
It's funny. She'd probably be like, "Oh, I can't do that show. Like, get the fuck out of here."
And then on the next Golden Hour episode, you could tell Chris was really fired up about it, and he was joking about Whitney and everyone that did him wrong, which the fans seem to really like. And the funniest part is just the fact that Whitney watched this and then responded to it. Like, she just cannot help herself. I mean,
No,
you think
she
at this
can't.
point, why does she care what Chris D'Elia thinks? I mean, it's not like
Seriously.
many people are even listening to this, but I guess Whitney, she really let this get to her.
If the purge is real, which it will be, and by
Yeah.
2028,
Hopefully by next year.
Yeah, Chris is going to be calling a lot of people. Hey,
What the fuck is this hairdo Brendan Schaub?
Hopefully by
What the fuck is this hair he's doing? What is this? I don't. When did he do his hair like this? When the fuck did this happen? You look like you're trying to be in sync. Why are you doing this? Your hair was fine the way it was. What the fuck, Brendan? What is this new? What is this? My bad. I just saw that and I was just like, what the fuck is on this man's head?
next year.
yeah, Chris is going to be calling a lot of people. Hey, what are you doing tonight?
yeah. Come on over. We're throwing a party. Fake address, bomb setup.
It's just one of those like I just want to
Yeah.
make amends
Yeah,
for
yeah,
everything that is
I just
going
want
on.
to make amends.
He's not here. No, he's
that-
FaceTiming us.
No, that it's just a TV comes
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like, hey guys, remember all that shit you were saying?
Party time for party time. Press the red button. All right, you guys ready?
Whitney, no!
And Brendan needs to work
God.
on that fake laugh. But
Serious.
Chris, he continues to go off on the comics that did the festival, who are usually preachy about social issues and act all self-righteous, which is mainly Whitney and Bill Burr, I'm sure they're thinking of as well. And Chris gets pretty fired up about it, and it's funny. Eventually, he just starts going off about how in Hollywood, whenever allegations are made against somebody, all their friends act like they had no idea what was going on and distance themselves from them. And he's like, that's bullshit. You know what your friend is like. And obviously, he's just referring to himself here and how people like Whitney Cummings treated him.
So I don't give a fuck about your politics. Everyone's treated me like trash. Fuck you. I don't
Yep.
care as long as my family's good. So yeah, I would. But if
Yeah, I
I'm
would
out there
too.
saying, hey, the Me Too movement, hey, Black Lives Matter, hey, this
Yeah.
is all important shit. We need free speech, and then you take the bag, you're a asshole. Now I can't believe anything
No, you're a
you
sellout.
say.
Your definition
Yeah.
of a sellout.
It's like you were it's like, dude, you're only do shit for money. Don't act like you are someone who is moral. Don't do that.
Well, that's all performative.
Well, no, but
it
to,
is
to your
performative,
point,
but,
real
these people, even the people that like when people, you see all this stuff happen in Hollywood. Somebody goes through something, whether it's fucking accusations or whatever, and then everyone's like, "Well, I don't know." Yeah, you do. You know your friend. You know what they did. You know what they didn't
Yep.
do. Fuck you,
Yep.
dude. Don't be a fucking
Yep.
bitch about it. Don't be like, "Well, I wasn't in those rooms." Shut the fuck up, dude. You know what kind of person your friend is. You're lying. You're lying.
agree, but
Fuck all that shit.
but also, Chris, I think to the point too, it helped you out. Like you realize that they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you thought you had a lot of friends. You did not have a lot of friends.
Yeah, no, I know.
Those people are not your friends.
No, I know. And that's
They're
why
not your
comedians to me
friends.
are.
and it makes you more cold hearted.
It's just I entertainment. If
Sounds like Brendan speaking from experience. I don't know. That's having to do with his own sort of allegations, his own sort of issues he's had in the past, especially since he got into comedy. Which probably he should just stay doing the fighter and the kid. Being a comedian was not for Brendan Schaub, not even a little bit. But yeah, no, there's a lot of performative shit going on. Whitney Cummings is performative, which I kind of had a feeling she's been performative for a long ass time. That one, That doesn't surprise me, her being performative. Bill being performative does surprise me, and it really makes me sad. It's like, damn, Bill, I didn't know you were one of these performative fucks, too. Like, damn, dude. But yeah, nah, Chris is right. Motherfuckers is just doing everything for money, trying to look good, trying to look good for opportunities to make more money. They don't really give a fuck that much. Not at all.
If you're an entertainer, be an entertainer. If you want to be an activist, be an activist. But don't be an activist under the guise of, you're making money of it. That's horseshit. It's like, dude, the BLM shit, right? Like people are like, well, the leader of BLM was using money to buy houses. Okay, if that's true, fuck her. Obviously,
That's true.
Right.
Okay,
That's true.
right? I don't say. I'm just saying. I knew you were going to say that, Brendan. But it's like, like this is well documented. But
So Whitney saw this, I guess she's always just paying attention to what people are saying about her, and she felt like she had to respond to it, which just made things worse. Like I said, most of the comments were negative and just talking about how out of touch.
What are you calling people racist because they dislike her whitewashing performance for a bloodthirsty slave owning journalist murdering monarch is probably the funniest thing that she's ever said. Not that that's a high bar to clear.
She is. And she doesn't say Chris's name at all during the podcast, but it's clear
We know she's talking about Chris D'Elia, and it doesn't take a dumb person to know she's talking about Chris D'Elia.
she's definitely referring to him.
Just because you don't believe in comedy, it doesn't mean other people don't. People are
What do you mean nobody believes in Dude, she's terrible at this. She's like terrible trying to spin a narrative. She just comes off as just being tone deaf and dumb. But she has no idea how to spin this in a way. And you can't spin this. You can't advocate for the things you advocate and then take money to perform for a regime like that. Like there's no spinning that. Like that's on you for taking that money. That's on you for performing for those people. Like I don't know what to tell you.
like, you sell out.
You are.
I love when a Nepo baby tells comics who grew up poor that they're
I saw that comment. I don't know if it's true of her growing up, if she grew up very privileged. But if so, she can't call anybody else a Nepo baby. I'm sorry. Because it seems like people call certain people Nepo babies as a way to shoo away criticism from that person. But if you grew up the same way and you're just portraying yourself as somebody who didn't, I don't want to hear you do this. Because I'm going to look at you a lot funnier than I'm going to look at that person. Because it's just like, bitch, at least they're not performing like they were like they grew up poor. Like, at least they don't pretend. You pretending to do this and try to talk down to somebody like that is fucking wild. Like, cut it out.
sellouts. People whose dads have points on huge television shows are like, I have a backup plan, a trust fund. You're a sellout for making money.
You see what I mean? She's so stupid. She's either stupid or she's just being a liar. I don't know which one it is. You making money is not the problem here. You taking a check from a regime that oppresses women, knowing how much of a feminist you are, knowing how much you went at Chris D'Elia during the Me Too movement about how he treated women and how the men in Hollywood treated women. And then you perform for that government for money. Why are you not seeing this? Either you're that stupid and you're so smug to not recognize it, or you're just a liar and you might just be smug and a liar. I don't know if you're just smug and stupid or smug and a liar. I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one to decide. Either way, you're being smug. Smug is the one thing I can agree on this right now, but I can't tell if you're stupid or you're a liar. But smug as fuck, yes.
Comics have been doing rants about it. A comic tried to imply that it was hypocritical that I went because
It is.
I did a special about sexual harassment and stuff like that.
It is hypocritical. Nothing was wrong about that statement.
It was like kind of during the Me Too movement. And it might be a compelling argument if it wasn't.
It is a compelling argument. You're a hypocrite for going to perform for a regime or a government like that about the way they oppress women, the way they treat women, and you're the one who made comedy specials about sexual harassment and other sort of terrible things that happen to women during the Me Too movement. So yes, it is hypocritical, Whitney. I don't know why you're acting like it's not.
Someone who was just bummed that they weren't invited.
And you sum it up to he's only complaining because he didn't get that blood money check. That is tone deaf as fuck. That is lacking self awareness to the nth degree for you to believe that the only reason that somebody's mad is because they weren't invited to get a blood money check. That is wild. That is wild, miss. That is wild as fuck.
Because
That is a wild way of thinking of this is why you're getting criticism from other comedians. That's it's like what? You're just mad because you weren't invited? No. See, she's that type that when people rail against certain things that happen in either Hollywood or something, she just sums up to, oh, you're just mad because you're not in the in crowd. No, it can't just be that I don't like it and it's a valid critique of it. No, you just think that that's because they weren't in the in crowd and they weren't accepted by certain groups in Hollywood that they're mad about that they're bitter about that instead of having legitimate criticism. That's all you sum it up to, and it's fucking stupid. It's an out of touch feeling like, oh, you're just mad because you didn't get invited. That's very out of touch and very like entitled Hollywood of you for you to think that.
he also believes he deserves 72 virgins. Maybe it's that.
The fuck
Maybe
are you
it's that.
talking about?
As always, thank you for listening.
Yeah, so I'm surprised she'd respond to this and want to give Chris the attention. Like, even Chris is probably like, damn, I didn't know it was that easy to get to her. Because
Right.
also her continuing to try to address this comedy festival isn't helping either. And now she's calling most of her fans racist. So she's just out of control. That's what I learned from looking into her. But let me know you guys think about it. And if you're interested, I just posted a big video to Patreon about how Trump supporters and influencers are starting to get really pissed at Joe Rogan for turning on Trump. And then also recently, the past few weeks, I've been talking about how Theo Vaughn is going through it. He bombed at his Netflix taping, and then he hit on a reporter and got completely shut down. So if you're interested at all, I have 150 exclusive videos on there. Make sure you check it out.
Right. Shout out to Lazy to Try. This is a really good video. Now I might check out some of his other videos. This is a great content creator. Make sure you click on the link I'm going to leave in the description to go watch this video and his other videos. Give us some likes, subscribe to his channel, show support to the original creator. Like this reaction video, subscribe to this channel so we can keep doing stuff like this and we can just keep being light and chill and doing these reactions, guys. All right. You guys take care. I'm out of here. Peace.